progress. India is a country renowned for its ancient civilization, incredible diversity, and limitless human resources. Yet, even 7 decades after independence, we continue to suffer the consequences of a deep-rooted and pervasive social system that has repeatedly hindered the nation's pace of development, the caste system and its inherent dysfunctions. It is not an exaggeration to say that this caste-based disorder has functioned like an invisible wall, hollowing the country from within and obstructing its ability to realize its full potential. 1. Wastage of human capital. The greatest damage. The most devastating aspect of the caste disorder is that it places birth above merit and talent. For centuries, a large section of society, Dalits, backward classes, was systematically denied opportunities for education, knowledge, and skill development. This meant that billions of the country's talents, innovative minds, and potential scientists, artists, or entrepreneurs were confined to wells and fields based solely on birth. How can a nation that does not allow over 70% of its human capital to develop fully become a global superpower? 2. Lack of social unity and nationalism. The caste system has always promoted a us versus them mentality. It restricted identity to caste, placing it above national identity. Politics exploited this caste-based dysfunction as vote banks, deepening social divisions. When different sections of society view each other with suspicion and hostility, collective national goals, such as economic growth, an education revolution, clean India, take a back seat. Energy that should be directed toward development is instead expended in internal conflicts and issues like reservations. 3. Economic inequality and inefficiency. Caste-based occupational restrictions stifled economic mobility. It became an economic caste disorder, where capital and resources remained concentrated among a few castes. Entrepreneurship, investment, and innovation became dependent on caste networks, affecting market efficiency. The rural economy still struggles with caste-based labor division and practices like untouchability, which reduce productivity. 4. Assault on education and knowledge. Ancient Indian universities, Nalanda, Takshashila, were centers of knowledge where intellect, not caste, mattered. The rigid form of the caste system closed the doors to knowledge. Even today, caste-based biases and hidden discrimination in the name of merit exist in higher education institutions and research fields, damaging the country's intellectual potential. 5. Contradiction with constitutional ideals. India's constitution speaks of equality, liberty, and justice. The caste disorder is directly opposed to all these principles. This contradiction has created a social depression where the gap between law and ground reality continues to widen. A significant portion of the judiciary and administration remains entangled in caste-based disputes and violence. Conclusion: not ruin, but a hindrance. Solutions are possible. To say the country is ruined would be pessimistic. India has made remarkable progress despite numerous challenges. However, it is clear that the caste system is the greatest internal obstacle slowing our pace. The path to solutions is evident. 1. Education and economic empowerment must be made caste neutral. 2. Encourage intercaste marriages and social integration. 3. Strive to free politics from caste. 4. Develop a mindset where the younger generation is judged by skill and character, not caste. India's true strength will emerge when a child is defined not by birth, but by their dreams and capabilities. Overcoming the caste system and its dysfunctions is not a social favor, but a national imperative. This is the battle for India's future, and it must be won. Note: the terms caste system, caste disorder, and caste-based dysfunction are used interchangeably in this article to reflect the multifaceted nature of the issue, encompassing both the theoretical framework, Varna, and its practical